Hello everyone, we welcome you inside Lawson Ice Arena here on the campus of Western Michigan University inside Kalamazoo, Michigan. Game 2 of this regular season ending series between the Miami RedHawks and the Western Michigan Broncos. About to get underway here with Game 2 of our series on this Saturday night. We apologize, a little bit of a delay. We're going to start a little later. Western Michigan just honored their seniors on senior night tonight. They did a little ceremony just like last weekend at Steve Caney Arena when Miami had their senior night. 7 seniors were recognized for Western Michigan, 7 senior players, and then a few senior staff members. So that is what is holding us up here. We'll expect our puck drop to come our way probably in about 7.5 to 8 minutes or so as the Broncos have taken the ice. The RedHawks turn now to get us going in the game. We'll of course have our starting lineups and our national anthems. They'll play both the Canadian and American national anthems tonight before puck drop. Patrick Geshan back with you for Game 2 here from high above the ice in Kalamazoo. It was a Game 1 last night that Miami played fairly well in. The RedHawks came out with a really strong first period. They played with the Broncos for pretty much the entire night, but at the end of the day, Western Michigan got the bounces they needed in the third period to take a 5-3 win over Miami in the series opener last night. The Broncos 13-9-1 in the NCHC this season. They can surpass their record number of wins as a team in NCHC play tonight with a 14th conference win of the season. That would be the most in program history for Western Michigan if they were to do that this evening. As far as the RedHawks go, Miami really battling tonight for 7th place in the standings. They come into the night 1 point behind Colorado College, who's in 7th. The RedHawks are in 8th. We'll explain all these playoff scenarios here as we go throughout the evening. Of course, update you on that, the final night of the regular season of the NCHC. But first, let's join our public address here inside Lawson Ice Arena for our starting lineups.
At center, number 26, Matt Berry. At left defense, number 27, Dylan Moulton. At right defense, number 5, Jack Clement. And in goal, number 32, Ludwig Pearson. Miami is led by assistant coaches Eric Rudd and Barry Shute and head coach Chris Bergeron. Michigan Broncos hockey team. At left wing, a 5'11" fifth-year senior out of Papillion, Nebraska, number 26, Ethan. At right wing, a 5'10" senior out of Dover, Florida, number 12, center, a 6'2" senior out of Burr, Ontario, number 13, Drew Warren. At left defense, a 6'4" senior out of Royal Oak, Michigan, number 25, Jared Kuchler. At right defense, a 5'10" senior out of Bloomingdale, Illinois, number 3, Michael Joyo. And in goal, a 6'5" junior out of Sound Beach, New York, number 30, Brandon Bussey. The Broncos are led by assistant coaches Will Massey and J.J. Crew. Associate head coach Jason Herder and head coach of your Broncos is Pat Ferschweiler. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we play the Canadian National Anthem, O Canada, and stay standing for the following performance of our national anthem. with the performance of our national anthem, musical theater performance major, Tommy Glodo. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's ride!
Beautiful there, the national anthem from a Western Michigan student. It's always a student that sings it here that's a music major. And of course, they always do a really nice job. The student section helps out as well. Game 2 of our series, Miami and Western Michigan. Your starting goaltenders for tonight's game. The RedHawks threw out Ludwig Pearson, the sophomore from Into Sweden. 6'1", 184, 620-2 record on the year. 3.92 goals against, 894 save percentage. Brandon Bussey is in the Western Michigan net for, again, every single game this season for the Broncos. Bussey has started. 6'5", 220 junior to Sound Beach, New York. And his 32nd start of the season tonight, 2.67 goals against, 909 save percentage for Brandon Bussey. RedHawks in the road Reds again with Miami across the front in white, the white number, white name on the back. Western Michigan, the home whites. It's got Broncos across the front in black, the black name, the black number on the back of the uniform as well. Your referees tonight are Nathan Wheeler and Ryan Hersey. The linesmen are Brent Golick and Nick Huff. And tonight is Brent Golick's final college game as a linesman. So Brent, one of our good friends, of course, who has listened in periodically to Red Hawk radio broadcasts, and his final game officiating as a college official tonight. His friends and family are all here. He's from Holland, Michigan, about an hour away, so very nice ending to his career here. Very close to home at Western Michigan. Doing a game between two teams he's seen a lot in his 27 years as a college hockey official. The game is on from Lawson Ice Arena, the final one of the regular season for both Miami and Western Michigan. The RedHawks move left to right across your radio here in our first period. They will dump it in after the center ice draw for an icing call here up the near wing as Chase Pletsky tried to dump it in from the right wing in the neutral zone. He let it go before the center ice red line and went all the way down the ice for Miami, icing the draw to the left of Ludwig Pearson here as we are 14 seconds into the opening period. Again, a 5-3 win for the Broncos last night. Western Michigan is in the 3 spot in the NCHC standings, so they will for sure see Omaha here inside Lawson Ice Arena next weekend. The RedHawks situation still up in the air a little bit. Miami either going to North Dakota or Denver next weekend. And even if the RedHawks were to win or lose this game, there's still a potential that they could go to either spot with a win or a loss tonight. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go throughout the night tonight. Of course, we'll be watching the out-of-town scoreboard very closely to see what team Miami plays next weekend, starting on Friday for the best-of-3 first-round series in the NCHC. The RedHawks iced the puck there to cause another whistle, so the Draw to the right of Pearson, won by Miami. They get it out to center, and here come the Broncos over the Red Hawk line right wing. A shot by Glover. Was a wrister there for the far circle that Pearson handled with his chest. The rebound deflected to the near corner. Red Hawks working up the near wing out of their own zone. Back to center ice. Chase Pletsky in left wing of the center ice red line will softly dump it into the far corner of the Broncos zone. Aiden Fulp is there to pick it up for Western Michigan. Throw it out back to center ice. Up the near wing. Red Hawks here with it on the far side of the neutral zone. It is Daskey over the Bronco line left side with a wrist shot. Coming down the wing, though, over the net. Puck deflects its way back out into the neutral zone and into the Miami zone now is Hampus Rydquist, the only player back to get it for the Red Hawks. Western Michigan, a full five-man change. Miami turning it over almost in their own zone. They get it back, though. Red Savage, left wing feed for Barbolini. Gets stopped trying to go over the Bronco line as to regain control in the neutral zone. Rink wide feed for Rydquist over the Bronco line right wing. Will fire a shot over the net, over to the far half wall. Barbolini trying to get it down low there for the Red Hawks. He lost in the far corner. Pass Solt sends it all the way down for a Western Michigan icing up the far wing from the Broncos zone. We have 18-19 to go in a scoreless first period between Miami and Western Michigan. Trot to the right of Bussey here in the Western Michigan zone. Monty Graham in it for Miami against the Broncos' Luke Granger. Brent Golick dropping the puck. Issues a warning to Monty Graham before the face-off. And we'll get our draw here. Now he issues a warning to Granger, the Western Michigan center. Puck is dropped to the far half wall. Red Hawks win it. Capstick shoots it in for the left point off the pad of Bussey to the near half wall. Hillebrand works it out to pass Solt, left wing of the center ice. Red line puts it in behind Pearson's net in the Miami zone. Capstick first to it there, rims it up the near half wall, back to center. Monty Graham, rink wide feed to the far corner of the Broncos zone. Olmstead first there to pick it up for Miami in a 2-on-2 battle that the Red Hawks win. Left point Capstick gets it middle. Sladek spin around shot, went off a leg to the far corner. In behind the Bronco net goes the puck, little stick paddle for it, squirts out to the far circle. Tim Wachi is on it here for Western Michigan. Works it out to center ice. And back with the puck are the Red Hawks. Sladek here carries over the Bronco line left wing to the far corner. Our Western Michigan will regain control below their own goal line. Miami in a five-man change. It is Hilson Dagger who dumps it in left wing of the Miami zone into the far corner. Or a stick battle again for it here. On the far side of the Miami zone is won by Thomas Daskis. Works out back to center. And it's Gallant on it here for Western Michigan. Trying to cough it through that far circle. Daskis stolen away with a stick check. Places it back behind the Bronco net as it pops out to the left point on a deflection here. Dylan Moulton with a puck for Miami. Far circle to Ryan Savage. Into the slot. Corbett could not catch a pass. Deflects back out. Savage! He shoots and scores! Never mind, it's waved off for a high stick. It deflected off something in front of the net. I think it was Scott Corbett's stick. And if it was definitely above his shoulders or above the crossbar. His stick was basically straight up in the air. He had Savage try a shot, top of the far circle, the Miami offensive zone. It kind of went into traffic, deflected right back to him. He tried again on the wrister, and that time the second shot went off of a stick in front of the net that was straight up in the air and deflected over the right shoulder of Bussey into the top left corner of the Bronco net. So they're going to review this here to see if it was in fact a Miami high stick that this puck went off of. Kind of hard to tell from up here what stick it went off of during the play. We'll see what the replay shows. If there is one, there is one up here. So Savage shoots it, it goes off. I think it was Daskis' stick in front for Miami. It was not Corbett, it was Daskis. I believe it went off his stick in front of the net. The question is not, did it go off his stick? It definitely went off his stick in front. The question is, whose team stick did it go off of? Was it Daskis for Miami or a Bronco that was in front? I saw one replay from basically the main camera angle. And in slow-mo, it was so hard to tell what stick it went off of because you had Daskis and a Bronco player tied up there in front of the net in the Western Michigan zone, right near Bussey. So a long review here by our officials, still looking at this in the box. Again, the shot came from Ryan Savage, top of the far circle. And then it went toward the net front area where it deflected off a stick that was straight up in the air and went into the net. So the question is, was that a Bronco stick or a RedHawk stick that the puck deflected off of here? The salt comes with 16:55 to go in the first. No score between Miami and Western Michigan. Still looking at it. Now the headsets are off, and our call will come here from Nathan Wheeler. So it's no goal. It did go off Daska's stick in front of the Bronco net. They concur. And so it will stay a scoreless game just over 3 minutes in. A neutralized shot coming up on the Bronco right wing closest to their blue line. Max Sasson in the draw for Western Michigan against Matt Barry. Sasson wins it back to the far circle where it's sent all the way down the ice by Michael Joyo to the near corner of the Miami zone. We'll go for an icing call here against the Broncos with 16:49 to go in the first. The shots early on are 1-0 Miami in the scoreless game. And you got a face-off coming up in the Broncos zone to the right of Bussey. They got a really good crowd on hand here tonight for senior night. Inside Lawson Ice Arena. It's spring break next week for the students here at WMU, but a lot of them still showed up to watch their 8th-ranked Broncos play this evening. Puck goes to the near corner here in the Miami offensive zone. Pletsky near circle. The cross-ice feed to the left point. They completely miss Moulton. And the Broncos with a broken rush the other way. That's separated off a loose puck by Jack Clement, the defenseman for Miami. Here come Western Michigan, though, up the left wing over the RedHawk line. Glover had a look at the net. He got angled off, though, by Red Savage, who steals the puck away. Savage over the Bronco line right away. Clement got it back in the slot, trying to feed it forward, and it was picked off. Sasson on a breakaway the other way for the Broncos. A rich shot and a nice blocker save made there by Pearson, with the puck deflecting to the near corner. Sasson was caught behind the defense there for the RedHawks, who completely missed, really, that he was up high behind all the red jerseys. He got the puck and it came in on a breakaway. Pearson with the clutch blocker save on the snapshot from the slot. Puck is now near half wall of the Broncos zone. Hillebrand works on it. Near corner gets it to Granger. Far side, Kucherek can't clear up the faraway boards. Datsky came in and steal it away. And then back to the Broncos. Here's Hillebrand over the RedHawk line right wing. Dishes off. Kucherek with a shot far circle. And that one whistled wide of Pearson's net. Another chance in front. A rebound came on an errant shot from the near half wall. Coming in for the rebound was Tim Washi with a backhand shot right in front of Pearson's net. That was handled by Ludwig's pad. He'll make the cover with 15:24 to go in the first. Draw coming to Pearson's right here in the Miami net. You got Tim Washi in the drop for Western Michigan against Miami's Monty Graham. Washi wins it back top the near circle. Went, try to fire through traffic, deflected over to the far half wall. Olmstead will bank this one out to center ice and over the Bronco line, and it'll be played by Hilsendagger in his zone for Western Michigan. Works it out back to center. Here's Crowder with it in his zone for Miami, trying to feed it up the near wing of the neutral zone, picked off by Wendt. Broncos place it near corner Miami zone. Crowder first to it to the far wing for Capstick. Far half wall, Donato will chip it out back to center. Olmstead grabs it there for Monty Graham in the center circle. Now a right wing feed. Crowder in over the Bronco line will place it near corner of the Western Michigan zone. Olmstead behind the net in a board battle here against Granger. You got Monty Graham coming to steal the puck away, try to take it to the far post of Bussey's net and jam it home. Bussey there to stand him up with the right pad. They'll make the cover against that. We'll get a stoppage and our first media timeout of the game. No score, Miami and Western Michigan here in the final game of the regular season. 14:41 to go in the first. We're back in moments. Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. 14:41 to go, first period, no score, Miami to Western Michigan. Patrick Geshan back with the inside Lawson Ice Arena tonight. A rockin' Lawson Ice Arena here in Kalamazoo. Draw out of our first media timeout of the evening to the right of Brandon Bussey in the Western Michigan cage. It'll feature Miami's Thomas Daskis against the Broncos' Drew Worrad. A little false start here before we go. Brent Golick, the linesman, issuing warnings to both sides. It's won by the RedHawks, top of the far circle. Alec Capstick decides to get a snapshot on net. It was seen by Bussey through traffic, made the glove save. The drop back to his right with 14:37 to go now in the first. Shots are 3-2 Western Michigan. It's a clean win for the Broncos on this face-off. To the far corner, Frank lifts it out off the glass at the right wing to center ice. RedHawks cough it up there. Broncos stealing away. Frank over the RedHawk line, right wing with a shot. Far circle. Pearson made a pad save. Rebound to the left point for Fiedler. Slides it over right point. Here's Joyo. He scores! A simple snapshot for the right point by Michael Joyo, the senior. It was deflected in front, I believe, by Drew Worrad. Another senior for Western Michigan. Pearson had it deflect over his outstretched left pad on the far post of the net. And the Broncos draw first blood tonight. They're up 1-0 with 14:19 to go in the first. We'll see who officially gets credit for the goal. There's still not any word yet on that. We'll keep you posted. But it was a shot from Joyo, right point, maybe deflected by Worrad in front. RedHawks really nothing to do on that one, as it just kind of took a weird bounce. Pearson had trouble seeing it through the screen in front. Near corner, the Broncos in the offensive zone. Sass in the centering pass in front, deflected away by Moulton. Here's Karisok up the near wing for the RedHawks. Gets to center ice, right side, dumps it in behind the Bronco net. Aiden Fulp is on it near corner for Western Michigan. Banks it off glass to center. 2-on-1 Broncos. Sasson over the line, left wing with a shot. And Pearson with a pad save to the far corner. He had Poland with him on the right wing. Sasson did. Sasson picks up the rebound, far circle. He'll shoot it off Pletsky's legs. Goes back to that far corner of the Miami zone. Jack Clement banks it off the boards, back to center, into the Western Michigan zone. The icing waved off. Is back to get it. Daniel Hilson-Dagger for the Broncos. Plays it up the left wing through center ice. This puck deflected into the near corner of the Miami zone. Off Hillebrand's stick. RedHawks turned over in their own end on the breakout as Red Savage got it over to PJ Fletcher, who lost it, got it back. Fletcher, the offensive zone, is Savage with a shot there between the hash marks in the middle. Easy save made by Bussey on the point blank chance with no traffic in front. As Savage, the left-handed snapshot into the glove of Brandon Bussey to stop the clock with 13:04 to go in the first. It is 1-0 Western Michigan. And they do credit the goal to Drew Worrad, that last one after the Joyo shot. Worrad with his 7th of the year at 5:41. Joyo the assist, the other assist to Cedric Fiedler for the Broncos. Western Michigan wins the draw in their own zone, lifted out back in the Miami end. The icing waved off as it's playing around the near half wall by the RedHawks from behind their own net. Worked out to center ice. Red Savage in the center circle, dumps it in near corner of the Broncos zone. Joyo with it behind his net to Kucherek, rims it around the boards, up and out, back to center on the near wing. RedHawks work for it there. They win the puck battle in front of the penalty box. Ryquist put it forward into the Broncos zone as Miami changes. Kucherek plays it up to the RedHawk line. A pass that missed went. Ryquist now with it for the RedHawks behind the Miami net. Daskey to the near circle. Here's Ryquist. Spins around to the near corner, trying to dodge away this Western Michigan forecheck, mostly from Worrad, who came into the zone. Daskey now rink wide feet. Sladek right side of the center ice red line will place it in behind the Bronco net. Bussey spins it around the glass, out to the neutral zone. Donato played it back in for Miami. The delayed offside gives the Broncos the puck. Here's Frank over the RedHawk line, left wing to the corner. Ethan Frank takes it behind the RedHawk cage to the far side. Right wing feed to the point. Haddard will play it back around the boards to the near half wall as the Broncos change out. And then Sladek grabs it for Miami, plays it far side of the neutral zone. Frank with it here from the Miami bench, right wing at the center ice red line. Puts it in behind Pearson's net. Sladek near half wall for Miami, works it out back to center. Picked off though here by Poland. Over the RedHawk line, Poland will fire it in. Nice pad save by Pearson, who blocked the 5-hole. The on-ice shot there by Poland. Goes to the far corner here in the Miami zone. Right point Adder will spin it back behind the net. With it near corner, Jason Poland. We got a penalty coming up here on Miami. A delayed call as Bussy goes to the Western Michigan bench. Left at the left point for Cedric Fiedler. Spins around off Sladek. Fiedler back for Sasson. 6-on-5 delayed call here. Broncos with the puck in the offensive zone. Passol, the centering play in front. A couple whacks at it there for Ty Glover. He was shut down by both pads of Pearson before the whistle blew for a Miami touch-up. And you got Monty Graham going to the box here for the RedHawks with 11 minutes even to go in the first. 2 for slashing against Monty Graham. I did not see where the slash took place, but nonetheless, it is the first power play of the night for either team. Monty Graham will sit for 2 minutes. Here with, again, 11 minutes to go in the first. Broncos lead at 1-0. So Western Michigan wins the draw in their offensive zone. They'll work it up the far wing to center ice. Red Savage able to work it out for Miami at the left point. Back in the Western Michigan zone goes the puck. Frank leaves it there for Joyo. Back for Frank. Right wing feed. Broncos get over the Red Hawk line offside as Warad played it in with Ty Glover in the zone down the left wing already for Western Michigan. A step ahead of the rush. So with 10:42 to go in the first, the neutralized draw coming up with 1:42 to go in this power play for Western Michigan. It is a false start of the draw. You get a bad drop there by the linesman Nick Huff, so Red Savage will do it again for Miami in the circle here against Drew Warad. Savage, the clean win back in the Miami zone, went right to Dylan Moulton, who plays it in behind the Bronco net. Bussy there to stop it, rim it around the boards to the far half wall. Frank is lit up there by Barbolini on the forecheck. Frank a little shaky to get up. Broncos kind of have to regroup here, regain control in their own zone. Joyo with it, pass to the near wing for Glover, through center ice, rink wide feed to the right wing, Passol over the Red Hawk line, get it down to the far corner there for Poland, taken off his stick though by Clement, and Jack Clement of Miami will place it all the way down behind the Bronco net on the clear. You have 1:05 to go in the power play for Western Michigan, 10:03 to go in the first. Passol right wing feed, Adder over the Red Hawk line, drive to the net, the centering pass in front, nobody was home, goes to the near half wall, Sasson leaves it there for Ronnie Adder. Adder works it down to the near corner, puts it off the boards to the left point for Fulp, slides it far circle, and that pass there went right off the stick of Passol, did not catch it right, deflected off his twig right to Corbett, who dumps it in behind the Bronco net. So here comes Sasson with it over the Red Hawk line, left wing, Poland near circle, the centering play in front on a quickly developing play. Adder, the D-man on the rush, put it off the right post of Pearson's net. Western Michigan, 23 to go in the power play. Adder spins around near circle, will play it to the far corner on a shot there, and went well wide right of the net. Sasson with it far corner for the Broncos, will play it to the far circle. Barbolini steals in to grab the puck away. He'll fight and put it all the way down the ice. In behind the Bronco net with 5 seconds to go in the Bronco power play. 9:03 to go in the first. So we'll go back to 5-on-5 here. The Monty Graham hooking minor killed off by the RedHawks. Broncos regain control in their own zone. Cedric Fiedler left wing through the neutral zone. The pass forward, tipped off Glover's stick. In behind the Red Hawk net. Capstick there to play it. He turned it over though on the far corner. Coming away with the puck, Ty Glover of the Broncos. We'll try to feed it middle of the blue line, and went off the stick there of Fletcher back to center. So Glover now plays it up forward for Granger in the near corner of the offensive zone for the Broncos. He was hit off the puck though by Fletcher, who's up the near wing for Miami. Plays it over the Bronco line, right wing and behind the net. Bauer there crashes in with Barbolini. Broncos come away with the puck as Jamie Rome plays it forward. Granger to the center ice red line, right wing will dump it into the far corner of the Miami zone. Clement rims it around the boards to the near wing. Fletcher plays it out back to center. Right wing of the center ice red line. Daskus plays it in on the Bronco net. Handled there by Bussy with his pad. Miami with a strong forecheck gets it away. Corbett behind the Bronco net. Near circle Moulton. We'll give it back to Corbett near half wall. Corbett shoots it. Top of the near circle. Went wide left to the net. Kicked off the end boards all the way back into the Miami zone, where Corbett is back all alone to grab it for Miami. Near circle pass here to Clement, works it up the near wing through center ice. Foot race forward near corner of the Broncos zone. Aiden Fulp crashed in there, stolen away from Red Savage. Broncos on a rush the other way. Tim Washi Chips over the Red Hawk line, left wing and behind the Miami net. Near corner, Rydquist picks it up. Near wing for Ryan Savage, who will pass it middle, hit Pletzky there. Chips over the Bronco line, right wing to the near corner. Fiedler leaves it there for Joyle, who will pass it to center ice. Picked up by Warad over the Bronco line. It was poked off his stick coming down the wing by Matt Barry. Redhawks regain control in their own end. Here's Griesbach through center ice. Will dump it in. Right wing of the center ice red line. Cross corner to the far side of the Bronco zone. They crash in for it behind the net. Warad will turn it over near corner. Griesbach on it for Miami. Back down behind the Bronco cage. Pletzky works here with Warad. Pletzky stealing the puck. Hands it off the far corner for Matt Barry, who then turned it over on a deflected pass back to the Broncos. Fiedler hands it over to the far side here for Joyle, who lifts it out off the scoreboard at center ice, trying to clear the Bronco zone, and that'll give us a whistle here in the face-off in the Western Michigan end with 6:40 to go in the first on a clear that went off the center hanging scoreboard by Michael Joyle of Western Michigan. Again, 6:40 left, first period, 1-0 Broncos, and this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .640 is left here in our first period for Kalamazoo, Michigan. Inside Lawson Ice Arena, Patrick Geshan with you. Final game of the regular season for both Miami and Western Michigan. 1-0 Broncos lead it. Draw to the right of Brandon Bussey here out of our timeout. It'll feature Monty Graham for the RedHawks against Max Sasson of Western Michigan. We get a false start here on the draw. And Sasson kind of jumped early there, so we will do it again. In that far circle, the Broncos zone to my right. Graham, the clean went to the near part of the circle. Olmstead on the forehand fired it off a Bronco stick. Up and out of play to stop the clock with 6:35 to go in the first. Another draw to the right of Bussey coming up. So we get a little delay again here. Something was on the ice. Nick Huff, the linesman, picks it up. I don't know if that was a stick plug or something else, maybe a screw. A little tie-up for it here in the far circle that trickles in on Bussey's net. Sladek, a spin-around shot near post, worked it over to the far corner as it went over the net. Goes back behind the Bronco cage. Monty Graham on it for Miami. He and Fulp tie up all the way to the far corner. In a 2-on-2 battle here, Graham with a puck against the boards with his skate. He and Fulp are locked up, and you got Graham, again, the main part of the battle with the RedHawks. Olmstead behind him. Olmstead works it free and behind the Bronco net, where it's grabbed by Western Michigan's Ronnie Adder, who turns it over. Olmstead drives in for the corner to the net. Never really got a shot off on Bussey. Kind of got locked up there on the Western Michigan players that came in on defense. Miami now with trouble in their own zone will turn it over. Granger with a puck. Will try to fire it through the slot. Blocked off Olmstead's skate. Here comes Sladek up the ice for Miami. This is near wing for Rydquist. Will scan it through the neutral zone. Chip over the Bronco line here on the right wing to the near corner. Bauer picks it up, rims it around the boards far side. Bassault left it there. Granger through center. Right wing Hillebrand chips over the Red Hawk line behind the net. Pearson with it here in his own cage. Will leave it off near wing for Rydquist. Back out to center and through the neutral zone they skate. It is over the Bronco line, right wing and behind the net. A dump in by Red Savage. Left up high in the zone. RedHawks here can't keep it in left point. Back in their own end with the puck. Here's Crowder, gets to the center ice, red line, right wing, and dump it in around the boards to the far half wall. Fletcher there will pick it up, leave it to the near half wall for Crowder, who plays it back to the far wing. Hunter Wendt trying to pick it up for Western Michigan, overskated the puck. It is now played back in behind the Bronco net. Rimmed around near boards. Rome chips it out back to center ice. Fletcher's on it here for Miami in his zone end. Leaves it back here for Rome on a turnover. Rome driving to the net through the far circle. The backhand shot Went over Pearson's cage. Rome now back with a near circle. A wrist shot on the forehand that went to the far half wall. And get a look there from the right point. They came in from Choyo. A little wrister that went off Pearson's blocker to the near corner. Left point, Tim watching now with it. Offensive zone, Western Michigan. Fiedler will slide it in behind the Red Hawk cage. Over to the far corner where Barbolini there will pick it up, will roof it out to center ice. All the way down to the Broncos zone. Back to grab it here is Jared Kucherek for Western Michigan. Kucherek will play it forward. Warad chips it over the Red Hawk line. In behind the Miami net. Moulton past the near half wall. Kreisok got it there. Left it for Barry. Floats it out to center. Adder the glove top for the Broncos over the Red Hawk line, right wing. Adder plays it in front. A stick away there by Pearson. Picked up by Warad near corner. Gets it left point. Kucherek fired a shot. Blocked down by Kreisok. Puck bounces out to center. Here comes Pletzky over the Bronco line with a shot in the far circle. And a nice pat save made there on the weak wrister by Bussey. Here's Frank, chips it over the Red Hawk line, right wing to the far corner. Far circle, Sassy got a feed. He misplayed it, stolen away by Barry. Here come the Red Hawks in a rush. Barry near wing for Kreisok over the Bronco line. Oh, fire a slap shot, top of the near circle, right into the breadbasket of Bussey with 3:25 to go in the opening period. We'll get another media timeout. Still a 1-0 lead for Western Michigan here for Kalamazoo. And this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .325 to go here in the first period for Kalamazoo. 1-0 Western Michigan over Miami. After Geshan back with you inside Lawson Ice Arena tonight. Draw to the left of Bussey on the timeout. The Miami offensive zone goes to the far corner. Picked up here by Jason Poland. The near wing feed Joyle works it out back to center. Glover chips it into the Miami zone. Near corner picked up by Reichwist. Far half wall it goes. Poland picks it off there for Western Michigan. Skates far corner in behind the Red Hawk net. Working here with Thomas Daskis. He and Poland still tied up for it near corner. Daskis wins it free and clears it out back to the neutral zone. Far wing with it is Daskis in his zone end for Miami. Feeds it near wing. Reichwist room to skate up the right side of center ice over the Bronco line right wing. Fires a shot off the legs there of Cedric Fiedler. As they battle for it now near half wall, Miami offensive zone. Squirts out to the neutral zone. Redhawks dump it in behind the Bronco net. Bussey there to stop it. Choyo back to grab it. Miami in a change here allows the Broncos to break out with ease. Hillebrand chips it over the Red Hawk line, left wing to the near corner. Pat Solon was on it. Now it's Sladek who took it away for Miami. Worked it out back to the neutral zone. Right wing Adder on the puck will dump it in for the Broncos right in on Pearson's net. Ludwig makes the cover off the end boards there with 2:16 to go in the first. Ludwig Pearson has made 40-plus saves in his last 3 games for Miami. And he's only about 50 saves away from breaking the all-time record for saves in a season in Miami's program. Ludwig came into tonight with 927 saves on the year, that's second most in program history behind the 972 by Mark Machad during the 1989-90 season for Miami. So you imagine Ludwig's probably going to break that record at some point this year, either with this game tonight, most likely the playoff series taking place next weekend. At least 2 games there, most likely that Ludwig will start in for Miami, so he will likely break that record again for most saves in a single season by a Red Hawk goaltender in program history. Puck here on the far side of the Western Michigan zone, late stages of the first period. It's 1-0 Broncos. A feed, crank wide to the near wing. They call an icing here. Tim Washi on a questionable call, maybe beat it out as the pass originated from the Bronco line on the right wing by Choyo. And Washi chasing it down at the left wing into the Miami zone. He and Clement were battling in a foot race all the way down the ice. The icing was called here against the Broncos. Toronto Bussies right with 1:44 to go in the first. One of those where it really could have gone either way. Brett Savage in the draw here for Miami. Wins it back to the line. Clement plays it far corner. Back to the near wing goes the puck. Here's Watsy trying to work it out the near side but could not. And is lifted out back to center and out of play by, I believe, Fiedler for Western Michigan for the near corner of his own zone. Just trying to clear up that near side. It went over the glass out of play. Draw coming in the neutral zone here with 1:31 to go in the first. It'll be on the Bronco left wing closest to their blue line. And feature Red Savage and Drew Warad here. Warad wins it back to the near corner. Fulp picks it up for the Broncos in his own zone. Feeds it over on the far side, where it's lifted out up the right wing. Pletzky grabs it for Miami at the center ice red line. Plays it softly in the Broncos zone. Barbolini will get it deeper to the near circle. Fulp takes over for the Broncos. Feeds out her right wing. Now Warad over the Red Hawk line right side of the far corner. Rydquist there drove him off the puck. Went back to the near side here in the Miami zone. Here's Dasky with it. Shoved off there by Gallant with a minute to go in the first. They get Fulp left point with a shot for Western Michigan. Went behind Pearson off the post. Rebounded front. Gallant sent it wide. And it goes to the far corner. Gallant, another center play in front. Frank misplayed it there. A swing and a miss. Went to the right point here for Fulp. Ian Fulp works at center blue line. Backhand shot in. Went off a leg. Clear to the far corner. Sasson there to grab it for Western Michigan. Got it to Gallant, who played it right to Barbolini. Redhawks break it out. Here's Red Savage over the Bronco line, middle of the ice with Dasky coming in with support. Now it's Kreisok for Dasky near circle to pass in front of him. And it went to the far corner on a return feed over to Kreisok. 20 to go in the first. Pletzky shoots it, blocked down far circle. Here come the Broncos. Glover over the Red Hawk line, left wing in a rush. Glover will play it to the far circle. Nice job there by Dasky to get in the passing lane as it was en route to Poland. 7 seconds to go. Here comes Barry on a rush for Miami. Over the Bronco line, left wing, playing it forward. Pletzky could not get it. Clement came in with a shot at the buzzer. And a save there by Butsy with his chest as time expires in the first. Back and forth they went in the last 90 seconds of that first period. It was a Red Hawk 2-on-1 the other way that was really broken. Miami was first trying to get control of the puck. They had Barry and Dasky coming down the far wing, and then somehow the puck ended up on a late guy coming in up high. That was Jack Clement, who fired a wrister in from the high slot right at the buzzer. Bussy was there to see it through traffic, made the chest save to end the first period here from Kalamazoo. And the score, Western Michigan 1, Miami nothing after 20 minutes from inside Lawson Ice Arena. So we'll take a look at the scoring summary in that first period. Of course, the only goal was scored by the Broncos at even strength. It was Drew Warad who got his 7th of the year on a deflection on a shot from the right point. Michael Joyo had the assist for Western Michigan. That was his 22nd point of the year. Cedric Fiedler had the other assist for the Broncos for his 8th point of the year for Western Michigan. You're right, you might recognize the name Joyo if you're a Miami hockey fan, or you have been a Miami hockey fan for a good amount of time. Michael Joyo is the younger brother of both Chris Joyo and Matt Joyo. Chris and Matt are both here in the building tonight. Saw them before the game. They were here to honor, or are here to honor, Michael's senior night tonight. Of course, Chris played all 4 years at Miami. I believe he was a part of that 2013-14 NCHC tournament title team. His brother Matt came in and played a career at Miami that lasted about 2 years after Chris. Matt then transferred to Ohio State. He had some good numbers with the Buckeyes following his time at Miami. And then Michael, the younger brother, playing here at Western Michigan for the Joyo family, who all hail from the Chicago area. So Chris and Matt are both in the building tonight. Said hi to them before the game, watching Michael play in his final regular season home game for Western Michigan here this evening on senior night at Lawson Ice Arena. And Michael already with a point tonight, the primary assist on the only goal of the evening, the Drew Warad tally for his 7th of the year. That came again 5:41 into the first period to break the ice in this game. It was the only goal scored in this game so far. Your shots on goal after 20 minutes. Western Michigan leads that by a 13-9 tally. Face-offs led by the Broncos 11-8 in those first 20 minutes. And the power play count 0 for 1 are both teams in the power play so far this evening I beg your pardon, just one penalty was called in that first period. Western Michigan, of course, had the power play. The Monty Graham hooking minor against Miami that occurred kind of later stages of that period there. Western Michigan was unable to score on the power play, so they are 0 for 1 tonight. Miami is yet to have a power play in the game so far this evening. So just real quickly here, for those of you listening, just want to kind of give you the scenario, the situation that's going on across the NCHC tonight in terms of the final night of the regular season. Of course, all the standings math that is happening right now. You may have seen that North Dakota last night clinched a share of the Penrose Cup. You maybe saw the ceremony on social media. They gave them the trophy last night after they beat Omaha in overtime at Baxter Arena. So there is a scenario tonight. North Dakota in first place in the standings with 53 points. If they get one more point in the standings tonight, they will have the sole Penrose Cup title. They play at Omaha again. That game about to get underway from Baxter Arena. North Dakota in first with 53. Denver in second with 50. If Denver were to win in regulation tonight and get to 53 points, North Dakota were to lose in regulation tonight, they would be tied with 53 points. The tiebreaker would put Denver in the 1 seed tonight because the Pioneers have the tiebreak head-to-head over North Dakota this season. So if Denver were to win tonight in their game against Colorado College that gets underway later on this evening out in Colorado at Denver is that game tonight. Denver were to win that, North Dakota were to lose in regulation tonight against Omaha. That would tie them at the 1 and 2 seed spots with 53 points. It would put Denver in first place seeding-wise in the standings. Both teams would share a part of the Penrose Cup title, but it would be Denver who would take the 1 seed for seeding purposes with a head-to-head tiebreaker. North Dakota would be the 2 seed. So why does that matter for Miami? Well, the RedHawks in 8th place today in the NCHC standings with 17 points. 7th place is Colorado College with 18 points. So let's say Miami wins tonight, they get 3 points. That puts them up to 20. Let's say CC loses tonight against Denver, that would put them up to 21 points, or that would, keep them at 18 points. If they lost, Miami would, with a win tonight, would go up to 20. That would put Miami in 7th place. That would mean they'd visit the number 2 seed team. If Miami were to lose tonight, they would for sure be at the 8th place spot. That would put Miami to visit the 1 seed team next weekend. Again, we don't know who the 1 seed is. We don't know who the 2 seed is. We won't know that until the end of the night. But that is kind of what the scenario is for Miami. So it's either going to be North Dakota or Denver. That's where Miami's going next weekend, one of those 2 cities. The question is who finishes first, who finishes second, who finishes 7th, who finishes 8th to set up those matchups for next weekend. So, of course, we'll be watching the out-of-town scoreboard very closely tonight as things kind of go along here in the NCHC this evening. And all people across all of college hockey will be watching the out-of-town scoreboards this evening. No games have started yet, though, in the NCHC tonight. With all the scenarios we just talked about, CC and Denver will not start till 9 o'clock Eastern Time. St. Cloud State and Minnesota Duluth will start at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And then North Dakota Omaha also an 8 o'clock Eastern Time start from Baxter Arena. So we'll start watching the out-of-town scoreboard probably once the second period gets underway in this game. So I hope that's clear. I hope everybody understands the scenarios going on here across the league tonight that would set up Miami to either go to North Dakota or go to Denver next weekend for the first round of the playoffs. So that's kind of what's going on this evening. The main storyline, if you're a Miami fan, who are you going to play in the first round of the playoffs next weekend in the NCHC? So we'll have our first intermission here from Lawson Ice Arena, about an 8 or 9 minute break, and then we'll come back with the second period of the game tonight. It's 1-0 Western Michigan to lead over Miami here after 20 minutes from Kalamazoo in the final game of the regular season for both teams. And we are back with you momentarily for our second period. First intermission from Lawson, and this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here inside Lawson Ice Arena. We are on the campus of Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo, Michigan tonight. Both teams about to take the ice here before our second period, but first there's going to be a really nice ceremony after each team gets on the ice for Brent Golick, our friend who is working his final college game tonight as a linesman and official. John Philo, you may remember, who worked Miami games, a lot of Miami games in the past as an NCHC linesman as well, retired at the start of this season. He's going to be honored in the ceremony as well, I'm told. So Western Michigan taking the ice, the RedHawks taking the ice as well. We're going to listen to the ceremony before the start of the second period for both John Philo and Brent Golick, two of our very good friends, wonderful people. It is going to be their well-deserved time in the spotlight before the second period. They got a carpet rolled out in the near corner, the Western Michigan zone here to my left, the Zamboni doors at Lawson Ice Arena, and a little ceremony here. So we will listen in to that.
Please direct your attention to the ice, where the NCHC would like to congratulate linesmen John Philo and Brent Golick. Brent Golick, a proud WMU alum, has officiated hockey for over 25 seasons with the CCHA and NCHC. Brent is working the final game of his collegiate career. John Philo officiated college hockey for over 21 seasons with the CCHA and NCHC, and he retired following the 2021 season. NCHC Supervisor of Officials Brent Rutherford is presenting John and Brent with plaques to recognize their 2 decades of work in college hockey. Please help us congratulate and thank John and Brent for their service to this great game.
So a really good ceremony there. Brent Golick is a frequent listener of our Red Hawk radio broadcasts, working again his final NCHC game as a linesman tonight. He'll still skate high school games. He told me before the game he'll still do some USHL work as well, but in terms of the NCHC, this is it for him in the Division I college ranks here tonight. He's been a Division I college official for 27 years. He has seen it all. A lot of the games he's worked have been in this building. He's from Holland, Michigan, about an hour away, so fitting way to end it for him tonight with his friends and family all in attendance this evening as well. All right, second period is underway. The RedHawks trail Western Michigan 1-0. Miami moves right to left across your radio here in the second period. The Broncos trying to feed it up to the line in the offensive zone. Went past the stick of Ronnie Attard into the Western Michigan end, and it's back to the neutral zone here, where the RedHawks trying to stuff it into the Broncos zone, and they will. Aiden Fulp with a near circle, plays it to the near wing, past the stick there of Attard. The puck swirts behind. Here's Barry with a centering play in front. Wide open was Pletzky, but he could not finish. Never got a shot off. The pass from behind the goal line to a wide open Pletzky in front. Went wide left of his stick. Lifted out back to center ice. Here's Moulton, picks it up near wing for the RedHawks, turned it over. This is Fulp over the RedHawk line right wing. Glover got the puck near circle. He will take it here to the near half wall for the Broncos. Fires shot, went off Barbolini's leg, and up the ice comes Karisok here for the RedHawks. Dumps it in over the Bronco line and behind the Western Michigan net. Bussy with it here, will play it to the near corner. Grabbed by Joyo for Western Michigan, skates it out through the center ice area. Joyo with a right wing pass to Poland over the RedHawk line. Poland, the cross ice pass there to the far corner, grabbed by Fiedler up the left point. He'll spin it down to Hillebrand to the far half wall here for Western Michigan, who is tied up with Ryquist. Pulling up high here in the Western Michigan offensive zone. Turn it over, Barbolini, and will work it out back to center. And you got Poland now, turn it back over for the Broncos in front of the zone bench. Loose in the center circle. Dasky picks it up for Miami over the Bronco line left wing. Will play it to the near corner. Went over to the far side here where Red Savage will play this one to the near side for Dasky. Dasky shoots it, top of the near circle, went wide of the net. Ryquist now at the right point, will fire it in. Blocker save is made there by Bussy to the far side. Barbolini picks it up in behind the net. Joyo with it here for Western Michigan to the near circle. It's played out of the zone by Hillebrand back to center, but then turned over. Here's Red Savage dancing his way in over the line. They're offside. Then he had Dasky shove over Chad Hillebrand. was a really weird play because Red Savage got the puck, took it out of the zone, the Miami offensive zone, then re-entered the offensive zone. I believe Daskey was offside there on the right wing going over the line. And that's the case that I'm seeing the replay, and then Hillebrand was kind of messing with Daskey, who just shoved him over to the ice. After the whistle, no call on any of that. Neutralized draw with 17:46 to go in the second. And it's won by the Broncos to work it up the near wing here over the Red Hawk line to the near corner and into the Miami zone. Tim Washi first to it. Puck kind of deflected weirdly off his stick. Pearson had it at his net, played it to the far corner. It's worked out up the right wing to center ice and into the Broncos zone. Picked up behind the net by Bauer for the Broncos. Works it up the near wing to center. 2-on-1. Tim Washi over the Red Hawk line will shoot it. I believe that went off the mask of Pearson, who made the save. Ludwig fought it off with his head there. Puck far side of center ice. Redhawks were able to clear it. Played here by Slatic. Back in over the Bronco line. Right wing, Monty Graham the far corner. And a board battle with Bauer. Graham will dodge the Bauer hit. Get it to Slatic. Gets it to the near circle. Moulton walks it back left point. Plays it near corner. On it here is Monty Graham. Back to the line for Moulton. Slides it right point. Clement with a shot. Went off a body in front to the near corner where Graham, a backhand shovel shot to the near post, was handled there by Bussey. Far half wall played out by Rome for Western Michigan. Foot race back for it in the Miami zone. Moulton will grab it here in the far corner. He's spun off goal by Gallant on the forecheck. Gallant will play it to the far circle where Clement able to pick off the pass. Lifted out back to center ice. Grabbed here by Daskis. Skates it up the right wing of the Bronco line. Daskis to the far half wall. Will chip it in behind the Bronco net. Scott Corbett on it here for Miami. Takes it back to the far corner. Right wing feed for Clement at the point with a shot there that deflected off the stick of Ryan Savage in front to the far half wall. Goes to the far circle. Ryan Savage works it up to the left point. Here's Daskey playing it in the slot. Went off the stick there at Clement to the near corner. Back to the far point now is Scott Corbett with the puck. Left wing feed. Daskey at the blue line will fire it in. The shot there on the ice. No traffic in front of Bussey. Handled easily to the near corner with the Redhawks able to keep in the clearing attempt left point. Ryan Savage here at the right point will fire a shot wide right of the net. Deflects its way over to the near half wall and picked up here by Western Michigan. That was Max Sasson. Gets it out to center ice. Kucherek dumps it over the Red Hawk line left wing. Rims it around to the near half wall back out to center. Corbett on it here for Miami. Let it go forward there for Ryquist. Now back for Corbett. Plays it in behind the net. Bussey in the Western Michigan zone will calm it down. Leave it there for Fiedler, who plays the middle for Granger during a Miami change. Pass forward for Passon over the Red Hawk line left wing. In front for a centering feed. Missed everybody there. You had two Broncos wide open in front of the net. Another chance in front as Joyo fed it to the far circle for the near half wall. A shot came in there by Luke Granger. Ludwig Pearson stood him up with the right glove, and the whistle blows on that stoppage with 15:09 to go in the second. Good job by Ludwig Pearson to handle that, as he's done all year long. He's had 12 saves on 13 Broncos shots tonight. Offensive zone went to the right of Pearson by Western Michigan. Work it to the near corner of the offensive zone. Warrat is on it here up to the right point. Will slide it toward the middle. Left point pass now for Cedric Fiedler. Shoots it. Rebound in front of Pearson. One whack at it there by Gallant. Deflected to the far corner. Right point Joyal with it. Far circle. The pass went behind Cole Gallant, who feeds it left point. Hopped off the stick of Fiedler. Pushing forward. Pletzy can't get it for Miami. Loose at center ice. And Frank over the Red Hawk line. In front for Gallant, who was stick checked there from behind by Barry. And a good defensive play in the high slot. Left point is Gallant for Western Michigan. Puts it in behind the Red Hawk net. Ethan Frank is on it here. To the far corner, the backhand play over for Tim Washi. Now in the far circle, Graysock controls for the Red Hawks. Gets to the center ice red line right wing and dumps it into the far half wall of the Bronco zone. Puck goes in behind the net. Picked up here by Daniel Hilsendagger. He'll spin his way from the far corner with a feed to the near wing. And at the half wall with it is Jamie Rome. Rome will take it over the Red Hawk line left wing. Dish it off for Tim Washi. Passes to the high slot. Went the backhand wide right of the net. That was close. And probably would have gone into. Pearson was out of position there. Rome with a puck for Western Michigan. And a poke check free back to the neutral zone by Dylan Moulton. It ends up in the far corner here in the Western Michigan zone. Hilsendagger there to pick it up. And will fire it off the high glass. Never mind, that went up and out of play. He was looking to get it off the glass, but instead it went over the glass from the far corner of the Broncos zone. So I imagine a offensive zone draw coming up for Miami on the Hilson Dagger. Failed clear up the far wing for Western Michigan to send us to immediate timeout. 13:40 to go in the second period. Broncos lead Miami 1-0. And this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Second period, 13:40 left in it. 1-0 Western Michigan over Miami. Patrick Geshan back with you. They got the crowd rocking here inside Lawson Ice Arena during the media timeout. Neutral ice draw is won by the Broncos in behind their own net with a puck. Feed to the near half wall here for Sasson. Lifts it out back to center all the way down the ice. This will be an icing here on the Broncos as Sasson trying to feed up the right wing there and hit Jason Poland on a pass. It missed him. And went to the Miami end for the icing call here against the Broncos. Draw coming to the right of Bussey with 13:25 to go in the second. In a 1-0 game led by Western Michigan, the final regular season game for both teams here tonight in the NCHC. Face-off won by the Broncos, working up the near wing and over the Red Hawk line comes Ty Glover. Left it back there at the half wall in the Bronco offensive zone. Adder with it near corner. We'll leave it there for Sasson here as it's grabbed by Adder near circle. Works it out back up high. Fulp with it, turned it over. Here's Red Savage. Break up the ice, room to skate. Hits the brakes, top of the near circle offensive zone. Trying to shovel a centering pass over. And went off the skate of Poland back up high in the Miami offensive end. Now the Broncos a chance. Glover over the Red Hawk line will shoot it. Great stick by Datsky coming from behind to deflect that up and out of play. As a point blank look there for Ty Glover coming down the right wing. And Datsky reached from behind on basically the one-on-one the other way to deflect the puck up and out. The draw to Pearson's left with 12:50 to go here in the second. It is 1-0 Western Michigan. Everybody says the sheet of ice, the game moves a lot faster on it. And that is in fact the case, or at least seems so. Inside this building, the corners are kind of weird the way they're crafted. The corner angles are a lot tighter than you typically see in other rinks, so I think that has something to do with it. Just the old-time feel here of Lawson. The game somehow, whether it's true or not, moves more quickly here. RedHawks with the puck here in their own zone after the face-off. Reichwest banks it off the glass, back out to center ice. Graham will play it, right wing feed. Here's Sladek over the Bronco line, will shoot it across. Went to the near half wall, nobody there to grab the centering pass. Kicked out to center, off the stick of Pasol. RedHawks in their own end, far wing Graham, left it forward, picked off here in front of the Bronco bench by Hillenbrand, who will dump it in behind the Miami net. A five-man change ongoing here for the Broncos. Through the neutral zone goes the puck. Hilson Dagger picks it up for Western Michigan. Another dump into the far corner here in the zone. We get a whistle here for an offside. He had a collision, I believe a non-incidental collision between Tim Washi and Datsky there in the Miami zone up high. Tim Washi fell over on that accidental run into with Datsky as the Broncos try to enter the zone. So the offside is whistled here to Western Michigan as Washi was on the ice when the puck was carried in up the right wing. Neutralized draw here with 12:02 to go in the second. RedHawks control their own end. The near wing is Capstick. It's to the center ice red line left wing to dump it in behind the net. With it here is Hilson Dagger, rims it around the boards to the far wing. Grabbing it here is Rome, skates it over the Red Hawk line, left wing, Rome to the far circle. Poked away there by Corbett, but Wet came in to clear up the loose puck. Goes in behind the Miami cage. With it here is Datsky, skating up the far wing through the half wall, poked off his stick. Tim Washi on it now for Western Michigan. He was hit up against the boards there by Crowder. Left point, Frank spins it around the boards to the near half wall. Corbett there to pick it up for the Red Hawks. Lays it over on the far wing, picked up by Warad. He's over the Red Hawk line left wing. A shot from the far circle, whistled over the net came in there by Ethan Frank of Western Michigan. Far side sent right in on Pearson with a glove save from center ice. On a wrister there by Kucherek, intended to dump it into the zone, went in on net. Pearson made a glove stop in midair. He held on for a whistle here with 11:13 to go in the second. It is 1-0 Western Michigan. The draw to Pearson's right is coming up in the Miami zone. Matt Berry in it for Miami with Drew Orr out of Western Michigan. Orr will win it for the Broncos of the offensive end. High slot Gallant to the far corner. Ethan Frank is on it here. Works up the half wall to the left point. A shot came in there by Kucherek wide left of the net. Went to the near half wall for Ethan Frank. Plays it near corner. Wore out on it here. Let it go on a cycle for Gallant. Back to the right point Adder. Left point, a shot. Deflects up and out of play off the stick of Kucherek. Griesbach came in to get a stick on that. As it was going to be on net. Little snapper by Kucherek that Griesbach able to get in the way of there to deflect it up and out behind Pearson. Toronto Olympics right here with 10:49 to go in the second. Shots are 17-12 in favor of Western Michigan. Not really that much of a margin in this game for the shots on goal. Only 5 separate each team in that count here tonight. Fairly even game on paper. And you could argue that it's been that way on the ice too this evening. Broncos here in the offensive zone after the face-off win. RedHawks grab it far wing. Griesbach plays it forward. Barry overskates the puck offside over the Bronco line of the right wing. As the puck just kind of slowed down there to the neutral zone, and a pass forward to Barry, who overskated the puck, went over the blue line before the biscuit did. And so the draw here on the offside for Miami on what was potentially a 2-on-2 the other way will go to the far side of the neutral zone here on the Miami right wing, closest to their blue line with 10:37 to go in the second. One back by the RedHawks into their own zone. Near circle, Dasky with the puck. Will backhand pass it over to Ryquist in front of the Miami net. Far wing feed, chipped off Fletcher's stick all the way down the ice. That was well before the red line, but they waved the icing off. I think Barbolini maybe got a stick on that. Nonetheless, back to center. Ryquist with it. Spins it around the boards to the near half wall. PJ Fletcher on it here. Gets it in behind the Bronco net to the far corner. Fiedler is on it. Will play it all the way down the ice, and a missed pass there will go for an icing against the Broncos. He was trying to hit number 27 in white, Ty Glover, in the center circle. It went past his stick by a few inches, and all the way down for the icing call here to put the draw to the left of Bussey in the Bronco zone with 10:06 to go in the second. Just near the halfway point of the game. The final game of the regular season for both of these teams tonight. You know the Broncos will play in their best-of-3 series in the first round with Omaha here next weekend as the RedHawks win the draw on the far side. John Slatic had a shot on it. And it was a glove save by Bussey to bring us to another whistle here with 10:02 to go in the second. We know Omaha will come here next weekend to play Western Michigan again, like I said, in the best-of-3 first-round series. The RedHawks fate next weekend where they're going to go for the first round. They're going to travel, we know that, but where, we don't know quite for sure. And we won't know until the end of the night. RedHawks turn it over in the offensive zone. Here come the Broncos. Pass over the RedHawk line to the far circle. Great play there by Ryquist to steal the puck away on the stick check. Sent out back to center. Bauer will play it forward to pass over the RedHawk line near wing. Hillebrand in the near corner. Left it off there for Granger. Spins it around the boards far half wall. Hilson Dagger on it here. Back behind to the far corner. Granger on it for Western Michigan. Spins it back left point for Passul. Plays it in behind the RedHawk net. You have Hillebrand on it. He get tripped up from behind there by Ryquist. The arm stayed out. Granger with it far half wall for Western Michigan. Passes it to the center. Here's Bauer in the slot. Will feed it to the near corner. On it here is Ryquist to chip it up forward for Olmstead. And they break out. Miami out back to center. Olmstead left wing the center ice red line. Dumps it in behind the Bronco net. Stopped there by Bussey. Spins it around the boards near wing to center ice. Pass home. Leaves it over left wing for Tim Washi. Over the RedHawk line to the far corner of the Miami zone. Capstick on it here to the near wing. Spins it around to the center ice area where Olmstead near wing will play it into the Bronco end. A deflected puck. They wave the icing off as Miami in a 5-man change. Full up the right wing for Went. Goes into the RedHawk zone. Near corner Capstick there to pick it up. He'll feed Barbolini near circle. Up the left wing through the neutral zone. Barbolini had to take it off his stick there by Went. Stolen away though by Donato, who left it in the far circle. The pass to the right point goes past P.J. Fletcher, 3 feet right of him, and the RedHawks have to exit the offensive zone. Chip back into the near corner of the Western Michigan end. This one was cleared off the stick of Bussey, deflected off the shoulder of Barbolini, up and out of play. With 8:20 to go in the second, we got a media timeout here. As coming out of his net was Bussey to play it in the near corner of the Broncos zone, trying to clear it up the glass along the near wing and went off the shoulder of Barbolini, hopped up over the glass, up and out of play to give us a media timeout here with 8:20 to go in the second. Broncos 1, Miami nothing. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Racial or sexist comments or other intimidating actions.
.8:20 left here in the second period from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Patrick Geshan back with the inside Lawson Ice Arena. 1-0 Western Michigan over Miami. Neutralized out of our timeout to the right wing of the Broncos blue line. And you got Joy all with it here back in the Western Michigan zone, trying to carry up the far half wall as the Broncos won it back in their own end. Feeder now will chip it up the near wing here for Gallant. Up high in the zone for the Broncos. Turned over though by Moulton in the near corner. Will try to work it through the near circle, but picked off there by Joy. Get a penalty coming up here on the Broncos for tripping as they went up ice. Ryan Savage was tripped up back in the Western Michigan zone, I should say. And it was kind of from behind there as the play went back up the ice. Cedric Fiedler got his stick in on the legs there of Ryan Savage to trip him up with 7:56 to go in the second. And that'll give Miami their first power play of the night here for 2 minutes, just past the halfway point of our game. 1-0 Broncos. So Miami, great chance to tie it up here. They win the draw in the offensive zone on the far wing. Derek Daskey with it, center blue line. Near circle feed over for Matt Berry, who will shoot it, and it went off Ronnie Adder's shoulder to the near corner. Poland picks it up there and will clear it up the near wing boards. Past Daskey standing at the left point into the Red Hawk zone with 1:38 to go in the power play here for Miami. Daskey out of his own end. Will chip it back for Berry, skated through the far side of the neutral zone. Over the Bronco line on the right wing. Berry rims it around the boards to the near corner. Ethan Frank playing it down low there on a clearing Michael Joyo, I should say, into the Red Hawk zone with 7:13 to go in the second. 1:15 to go in the power play here for the Red Hawks. A Bronco penalty. Daskey chips it over the Bronco line on the right wing and behind the Western Michigan net. Hilson Dagger to the near corner. Hit a pass there over to Gallant, who cleared it out to center. The RedHawks have really not been able to set up at all this power play so far. As Daskey back with it here in his own end. For Miami will take it behind the net with 50 seconds to go in the man advantage. 6:43 is left in the second. Daskey, a pass to the neutral zone, is picked off. Here's Poland. The Red Hawk line right wing will shoot it. Big rebound. The shot went off the side of the net as Poland let it go there. And a nice save by Pearson. Adder had a look. And that was saved by Pearson with a left pad, kicked out back to center. All of that short-handed for the Broncos. 23 more seconds to go in this power play for Miami. Western Michigan all over the RedHawks here on this man advantage for the team that the visitors trying to tie this game up at 1. Red Savage over the Bronco line here on the left wing. Fed it back for his brother Ryan. Now it's Red below the Bronco net with the penalty expiring here. Broncos on a rush back the other way. Frank with it over the Red Hawk line left wing. He'll cut middle, shoot and score! Right as the power play expired for Western Michigan. A simple rush that began on the far wing of their own zone. Ethan Frank picked it up, took it down the far side of the neutral zone, in over the Red Hawk line. He cut to the high slot, let a laser snapshot go over the right shoulder of Pearson on the blocker side to make it 2-0 Western Michigan with 5:55 to go in the second. '25th of the year for Ethan Frank in the goal column. 1 assist to Ronnie Adder. Now you get the referees talking here. Maybe for an offside, I don't know. He had a rush. Yeah, they're challenging. Miami's challenging. This is offside. So, of course, on the far wing of that rush was Ethan Frank for Western Michigan, who carried it over the line, did not pass it. He just cut to the middle in the high slot from the left wing and then fired the snapper over the shoulder of Pearson. I don't know who was on the rush with Frank, but as I look back in the play in my memory, I know that it was really close when both Frank, the puck carrier, and the other player was coming down the right wing on the rush, entered the offensive zone for the Broncos. It just all kind of happened so quickly. Sorry, I don't know who that other player was out of my memory, but they're reviewing this goal for an offside. Based on the replay I just saw, I don't think you got much video evidence to overturn it. The player on the right wing for Western Michigan on the rush was number 13. That's Drew Warad, the senior forward. Getting another look at this here as a replay available in the press box. So coming up the near wing was Frank on the replay. The far wing where I'm standing went over the blue line. And Warad and Frank, when they entered the zone with the puck, were neck and neck. So the call has been made here. We'll get our announcement.
Review shows the play is onside. We have a good goal.
So it obviously was a goal. The goal stands. It was onside. They say the play was onside, not offside. I don't blame Chris Bergeron for using his challenge there at all, because that might be the game-winning goal. The way it's going right now for the RedHawks to put Western Michigan up 2-0 here late in the second. So the RedHawks lose their timeout because they lose the challenge, but a really good challenge to take there. So the puck in the near corner of the Miami zone up to the center ice face-off. Olmstead plays it out back to center ice. Slatic chips it over the Bronco line to the near corner of the Western Michigan zone. Bauer rims it around the boards to the far half wall. Olmstead right point will send it to the near corner. Grabbed here by Monty Graham of the RedHawks, who is tied up down low there with Jacob Bauer. There's a little board battle for it here in the near corner of the Bronco end. Still a 3-on-3 tussle for it. Monty Graham as the puck really in his skates against the boards. He comes away with it, drives to the net. Loose one in front of Bussy. Nobody got their stick on it for Miami, and the Broncos lift it out back to center and beyond into the Miami zone. Far corner, Glover picks it up in a battle with Moulton. And Glover cleanly wins. Takes it down to the near corner. Glover hits the brakes. Takes it back behind the RedHawk net. Let it go far circle, and with it here is Slatic. Near wing Barbolini chips it over the Bronco line here in the left wing in the near corner. Barbolini will try to pass it in front to Red Savage, and that puck went up and out of play. Believe it was kind of up in the air and a bouncing puck after the Barbolini pass maybe hit something in the ice. The puck was bouncing as it went to Red Savage, and as it hit his stick, I think he accidentally kind of baseball bat swung the puck out of midair trying to calm it down. So it went over the glass in the near wing, up and out of play, and it'll give us a media timeout here with 4:46 to go in the second. Broncos lead at 2-0. The Ethan Frank goal on the rush. That's where we stand here late in the second period. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .446 to go here in the second. Broncos 2, Miami nothing. Draw coming up the neutral zone near wing of the Bronco blue line. Basically, Granger wins it back for Western Michigan into the Bronco zone. To the far side it goes, back out to center ice, where the Redhawks take over in front of their bench. Barbolini over the Bronco line right wing, played over on the left side for Fletcher. The pass missed his stick. Fletcher now skates it high slot to the far wing. So Miami the offensive zone. He failed on a shot there. Broncos work it out back to center, 2-on-1. Pistol over the Red Hawk line right wing, trying to pass it over. Good block was made there by Ryquist. He had a late guy come in and Joyo to shoot it, but it went over the net, up and out of play off his stick. Ryquist did a great job there to prevent Pistol from centering it over on the 2-on-1. He got a stick right in the lane, and maybe prevented a goal there for the Redhawks here with 4:18 to go in the second. 2-0 Western Michigan over Miami. Draw to Pearson's left. Thomas Daskis will take it for the Redhawks against Tim Washi. False start on the draw. They issue a warning to Daskis, who jumped a little bit ahead of the puck there for the Redhawks. Daskis wins it cleanly back in the next attempt to the near corner. Capstick works it out back to center. Went over the Bronco line on the right wing and in behind the Western Michigan net. Grabbed here by Ronnie Yattard, and it's now a board battle in the far corner of the Western Michigan zone. It's worked out here by Kucherek to the near corner. Broncos are able to get it to center ice. With it here is Rome, feeding wet over the Red Hawk line. Went right to Capstick though on a deflected pass. Here's Ryan Savage over the Bronco line right wing. He got hit hard. Coming in there was Tim Washi to separate him from the puck. Knocked it off Savage's stick. Back out to center ice and into the Miami zone it goes. Donato near circle. Trying to play it up the near wing. Went over to Capstick. We'll get it out to center up the right side. The bouncing puck goes back to Western Michigan. They're up the ice with it. Frank over the Red Hawk line right wing. Drive to the net. Trying to go short side on Pearson, but went just wide of the right post. Far circle, played in front, rebound. Gallant had a shot there. Warad trying to clean it up after the left pad save by Pearson. Sent it wide, right of the net on the ice. Near half wall it goes in the Western Michigan offensive zone. Gallant with it near corner. Plays it up there for Frank in front of the net. Ethan Frank spins it around the boards. Up to the left point with it. Here's Hilsendagger. Leaves it there for a play for Gallant. High slot. He'll go fire a shot up high through traffic. Blocked down there by Frank. Right point Hilsendagger. Chips it down near half wall. Gallant is on it for Western Michigan. In behind the net for Warad. Drew Warad to the left point. With it here's Fulp. To the right point, Hilsendagger a bomb. Nice block there by Grisak. Got it right off the right leg. It deflected out back to center. Broncos with it here. Glover tripped up. There's a penalty. Touched up by Miami. Scott Corbett got his stick right in the legs of Ty Glover, skating through the center ice circle there for the Broncos. And with 2:34 to go in the second, we'll have a power play coming up for Western Michigan, who is up 2-0 in the game. And the draw here coming to the right of Pearson. I always like to listen to the Lawson Lunatics. It's the student section here at Western Michigan. Always have a nice thing to say to the Miami player that goes in the penalty box. Redhawks clear after the draw all the way down into the Bronco zone. Sorry, I can't really repeat what they said either. Broncos working through the neutral zone. Fulp here will try to play it over the Red Hawk line. Turned over. Red Savage over the Bronco line left wing with a shot and went over the net. Didn't even hit it. Over the net right corner. It goes. Broncos picked it up to center ice. Jack Clement takes over in the center circle. A deflected pass. It puts it back behind the Bronco net. Fulp skates out of the Western Michigan zone. Right wing feed for Rattard over the Red Hawk line. Hit the brakes near half wall. Fulp passes over left point. With it there, Assassin back for Fulp. High slot near circle. Pistol shoots it off the leg there of Moulton and deflected to the near corner. Pistol to the right point. Fulp waits here, fires it in, deflected off his stick to the far half wall. Rattard is on it for Western Michigan left point with 1:01 to go in the power play here for the Broncos. Spins it up for Fulp. Near circle, Pistol. Down low in front, pulling the shot. Rebound in front behind Pearson is the puck, and they blow the whistle. The puck made its way behind Pearson as the Broncos got it really close there. They were passing it through the crease, and Ludwig just fell back and said a prayer. Went under his left leg. Eventually popped free, but the whistle had already blown. As you had a play down low, pulling a point-blank chance right in front of Ludwig's chest. It deflected off his chest, and the wrist shot went bouncing through the crease behind Pearson, who just kind of laid down there and kept it under him. The whistle blew. 1:26 to go in the second, 52 seconds to go in the power play here. The draw to the left of Pearson. There's one to the near corner by the Broncos in their offensive zone. Work free up the near wing. Picked off here by number 16 or number 18 in red, Monty Graham, who works it out back to the near wing of the Western Michigan zone. Joyo back to pick it up with 35 to go in the Bronco power play. Frank chips it to Warad over the Red Hawk line right wing. Hits the brakes to the near corner, pops out back to the blue line. Joyo got a pass, but could not calm down the bouncing puck right on the blue line at the right point. It popped out, went for an offside with 27 seconds to go on the power play here for Western Michigan. Chirac coming up with the Miami left wing, closest to their blue line. Monty Graham will win it back to the near circle. Hampus Reichwest lifts it all the way down the ice and behind the Bronco net, or it's grabbed here by Bussy. Monty Graham came in to steal it away. Graham with a pass in front, looking for Pletzky, and Frank took it away. Now a breakaway up ahead. Galanen on goal with a shot. Went over the right side post of Pearson's net. Right point with it is Joyo here for Western Michigan. Near circle, Warad, far circle with 1 second to go on the power play. We're back to 5-on-5 with 30 seconds to go here in the second. Frank to the left point, Joyo shoots it. You had Corbett come out from the box from behind to kind of mess up that shot. Went to the far corner. RedHawks grab it here. Reichwest trying to work it out. Goes to the right point. Adder winds up, shoots it. Deflected off a body in front. Corbett picked up the loose puck. Skates it out here in the RedHawk zone. Corbett over the Bronco line to the far circle. Corbett now to the far corner with 5 to go in the period. Pass in front for Graham, who fan on the wrist shot. Right on the right pad of Bussy. And that'll run out the time here in the second period. Really good chance near the buzzer there for the RedHawks. They had Graham over on the far wing, who had a pass went right to a stick from Corbett at the far half wall, right to Monty Graham in front, who fanned on a wrist shot. If he got that 3 feet into the air, he would have had a goal, as Bussy was over there but didn't have the top of the net covered, and you had Graham all alone on the near wing, who just fanned on the shot chance there on the forehand. And we have the second intermission with the clock running out in the second period. A 2-0 lead for the Broncos over Miami after 40 minutes of play here from Lawson Ice Arena. Catch your breath. It was a really quick second period in this game, not in terms of how much time it took, but in terms of the pace that both teams used there in that second period. Very back and forth type of style of play. All right, let's take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here. So we have no score update from Omaha. That game got underway at 8 o'clock Eastern between North Dakota and Omaha. So currently no score update in that game. Again, if North Dakota were to win that game or get 1 point in the standings, basically means take that game to overtime, then we would see North Dakota take the sole possession of 1 seed in the NCHC, but I still see no score update there from Omaha in that game. St. Cloud State and Minnesota Duluth are scoreless. There is 7:23 to go in the first period from Amsoil Arena. Again, no score between St. Cloud State and Minnesota Duluth. That game is pretty much meaningless in the standings tonight. We know where both of those teams are going to be. We know that number 4 seed belongs to UMD, who have 36 points. St. Cloud State has 33 points in 5th. If the Huskies were to win, they would tie UMD with 36 points, but UMD owns a tiebreaker, so the Bulldogs would have possession of 4th place. And then the other game that will get going tonight in the NCHC will begin at 9 Eastern time. That's between Colorado College and Denver. The Pioneers host that game. They beat Colorado College last night by a pretty hefty score from the Springs of 5-0. So Denver looking for the sweep in their game tonight over in Denver. And again, the RedHawks still up in the air about who they're playing next weekend. It's either North Dakota or Denver. Miami is still trying to figure that out. Of course, North Dakota and Denver still trying to figure that out. If North Dakota were to win, of course, they would have the sole possession of the 1 seed. If Denver were to lose, they would definitely be in 2nd place. The only scenario Denver goes to 1st place in the standings is if North Dakota were to lose in regulation tonight in Omaha. Denver were to win in regulation tonight. That would put Denver at 1, North Dakota at 2. Both of those teams would share the Penrose Cup. But in terms of seeding, you would have Denver 1, North Dakota 2, if Denver won tonight and North Dakota lost. All of that in regulation. Miami and Colorado College again are neck and neck for 7th and 8th place. The RedHawks in 8th place tonight, 1 point behind CC. So if CC were to win, that would definitely put Miami in 8th place. If the RedHawks were to lose, definitely Miami would be in 8th place here tonight. But if Miami were to get any sort, or were to win in regulation, and CC were to lose, or Miami get a shootout win, and CC were to lose in regulation to Denver tonight, that would put Miami in 7th place, and then they would play the 2nd place team instead of the 1st place team on the road next weekend. So we'll watch the Untitled scoreboard for you. Again, 2-0 the score. Broncos lead the RedHawks after 40 minutes here from Lawson Ice Arena. We'll take our 2nd intermission break, and we're back with you for the 3rd period of the game, the final period of the regular season for both Miami and Western Michigan. When we come back, this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Fans, the 50-50 is now up to $3,210. Make sure you get your tickets as soon as you can.
Broncos and RedHawks are back on the ice here to start a third period of play for Kalamazoo, Michigan. The final period of this weekend series. The final period of the regular season for both Miami and Western Michigan. They're back inside Lawson Ice Arena. Patrick Geshan with you. It is a 2-0 lead for the Western Michigan Broncos in this game tonight. The Bronco goals have been scored this evening by Ethan Frank. He made it 2-0, 14:05 in the second. Drew Warad had the first goal for the Broncos, 5:41 into the first. RedHawks with a loss tonight would for sure be in 8th place in the NCHC standings going into next weekend. That means they would travel to the #1 seed to play in the first round of the playoffs. The Broncos already know their destiny and fate. They're going to play Omaha here at home to start their playoffs next weekend in the best of 3. RedHawks move left to right across your radio here in our third period. The game is on. The period is on to start us out in the final frame of the regular season here for both teams. Puck in the near corner of the Western Michigan offensive zone. Ethan Frank trying to center it in front. It was taken over there by Matt Berry in the far corner for Miami. He'll play it near side for Dylan Moulton. And the right wing pass goes out back to center ice in the center circle. Grabbed here by Glover. Right wing is Berry, plays it in over the Bronco line in the middle of the ice. Swooping in there to pick it up and steal it away was Max Sasson. Goes in behind Pearson's net here for the RedHawks. He'll play it over to the far corner, grabbed by Poland. Trying to feed it up high. Pletzky there picked off that pass. En route to Glover, puts it out back to center. Glover takes it over the RedHawk line here in the right wing. Hits the brakes far half wall, fires it in. Pearson there made a pad save. Went to the far corner. Poland plays it in front with a backhand shot. Rebound. We get a whistle here for a penalty coming up. I think it's on Western Michigan, and it will be. So Pearson just got trucked over in the crease. A centering pass went in front of the Miami net to the Broncos' Ty Glover. And then Glover fired a shot, went after a rebound, trucked over Pearson in the process. Ludwig fell back into the net. The arm went up. It's a 2-minute minor for, I guess, goaltender interference here to number 27 in white, Ty Glover. Pearson is all right. He's back up and in his crease. And the RedHawks go to a critical power play early in the third. In a game they trail 2-0. It's goaltender interference against Glover. Cleared after the initial draw to start the power play by the Broncos. Frank over the RedHawk line will whistle a shot over the net of Pearson. Back out to center ice it goes. And the RedHawks will likely ice it here, and they will on a feed up the right wing that started in front of the red line near center ice. Stasky trying to hit Griesok up that right wing over the Bronco line, but the feed went 5 feet in front of Chase. And the draw coming into the Miami zone here during the RedHawk power play to the right of Pearson with 1:41 to go. In the RedHawk man advantage. You have 18:39 to go here in the third. So the draw to the near corner of the Miami end. Eric Dasky is on it for the RedHawks. Flips it off the boards back to center ice. Griesok let it go here in the center circle. Poland takes it over the RedHawk line to the right wing. Hit down to the corner. Broncos have been really good short-handed tonight in terms of the handling of the puck. Of course, the Miami power play, it's 0 for 1 on the evening because of that. Behind the net is Dasky for the RedHawks. Skates it out of his own zone. Dishes back here for P.J. Fletcher. Right wing feed for Berry. Enters in over the Bronco line. Sticked away by Adard. Miami had 5 guys stationary, basically standing there at the Bronco line trying to enter the zone. It goes back to Griesok at the RedHawks end here with 56 seconds rather to go in the power play for Miami. Red Savage, the cross ice look. Reichwest spins it into the Bronco zone, but right to Pasol, who wires it off the boards near wing and then behind the Miami net where Pearson will stop it here for the RedHawks. Dylan Moulton out of his own zone. Dishes back for Red Savage. Near wing here for Hampus Reichwest. Chips it in over the Bronco line. In behind the Western Michigan net. Joyo out of his net to play it. And he'll fire it all the way down the ice for another kill. Clear by the Broncos. You have 21 seconds to go on the Miami power play with 17:16 to go here in the third. Dylan Moulton over the Bronco line, left wing, trying to feed it over to Pletzky. Went off his skate, back to Ronnie Adder to the Broncos. Turned it over in front. Poland, though, will knock a loose puck away out of the crease at the last second with Pletzky coming in. The Broncos clear from the near half wall of their own zone. The power play is over, and a big kill there for Western Michigan to start things out in the third. Stays 2-0 Broncos. The RedHawks ice it here from their own zone. Right after the penalty expires, Reichwitz trying to hit a pass in the center circle. You had Olmstead standing there, but it went over a stick down the ice for the icing call with 16:48 to go in the third. And the draw coming in the Miami zone to the left of Pearson. Fritz Bergeron just shaking his head right now. It's been a frustrating night in the puck handling department for Miami. Broncos win the face-off, get a drive right at the center blue line. Joyal there, sent it off a body to the far side of the Miami zone. RedHawks clear up that far wing. Slatic with it in the Broncos zone now in the far half wall. Dishes back left point. Capstick fans in a one-timer there. Went right to Passol. 3-on-2 the other way for the Broncos. Passol over the RedHawk line left wing. Works his way to the half wall. Fed it behind the net. Capstick there on the puck for Miami. Will hand it off to Slatic far corner, and he'll air it out to center. Olmstead with it, right wing feed Donato, chips over the Bronco line down to the near corner. Fiedler is on it here for Western Michigan. Rims it around the boards to the left point. Capstick is on it here. Will chip it forward, the bouncing puck in the slot. Olmstead finds it, right circle, Graham a shot. Nice save by Bussey there, get the blocker on it. Was taken by Rome, in behind the Bronco net to the near corner here for Fiedler. Fiedler works it up the near wing, back to center ice. Ryan Savage is on it, chips it over the Bronco line here on the right side. Down to the near half wall where it's grabbed by Passol with 15:43 to go in the third. It's a 2-0 Western Michigan lead. RedHawks pick off a pass in the Bronco zone. High slot Savage fires it wide right of the net. That was Ryan. Goes in behind the net to the near corner. Broncos pick it up, air it out of their own zone. Back to center ice. Holton is on it here over the Bronco line on the right wing on the rush. Holton had it sticked away to the corner by Wendt. Picked up here by Fiedler, rims it around the boards, right wing for Frank. Chips it through the neutral zone on the right side. Corbett back to chase for it in his own end over the near corner. Wendt picked it off, centering play in front. Pearson there will handle a shot with his glove that came in from the far circle by Ethan Frank to stop the clock with 15:12 to go here in the third period. More good forechecking work there by the Broncos, back deep in their offensive zone. Work the puck in front, and a good chance by Frank in the far circle. The save made by Pearson. So get the draw to his left here in the Miami zone with, again, 15:12 to go in the third. The draw will feature Matt Perry, who takes on Drew Warad here in the face-off circle. Clean went back to the line. Bauer let it skip over his stick to neutral ice for Western Michigan. Will rim it off the near wing boards, back behind the Miami net. Matt Perry is on it here for the RedHawks. Skates out of his own zone with a puck. Perry through the center ice area. Left wing feed for Pletzky, and over the Bronco line. Will play it softly in on net. On the ice, covered up there against the right pad of Bussey with 14:54 to go in the third. Another stoppage here. And the draw coming to his right after our media timeout. Just under 15 minutes to go in the third period. 2-0 Broncos over Miami. And this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. $14:54 to go in the third period. 2-0 Western Michigan over Miami. Out of our timeout, the draw on the Western Michigan zone to the right of Brandon Bussey. Redhawks win it, get it near corner. Hampus Reichwitz over to the far half wall here for Matt Perry. Now left point Gray Sox slides it down to the far side. Perry picks it up here for Miami in the near corner. Spins around in behind the Bronco net. Perry a backhand pass near side. Pletzky, right point Reichwitz shoots it wide left of the net there on the one-timer. Pletzky fired a shot left point, that went wide right to the Bronco net to the near corner. Greasock with it here. We'll play it over to the far side and behind the net where the Redhawks get a left point. Dasky to the far half wall here for Matt Perry. Skates it up to the high slot. Fired a wrister wide left of the net Went behind the cage up to the right point. Here's Barry with it. To the near side for Pletzky. Near circle a shot. Good kick save there by Bussy with his left skate basically against the near post. And the Broncos clear the rebound back out to center ice. Near circle with it. Here's Hampus Reichquist. Up the right wing. It's Barry on a pass. He'll chip it from the Bronco line right side right in on Bussy, who makes the stop easily with his left pad. He'll cover up here with 13:54 to go in the third. And a 2-0 game led by Western Michigan. A score update from Duluth. They are in the first intermission from Amsoil Arena. St. Cloud State 1, Duluth nothing. That game again just started the second period from Duluth. No update yet from North Dakota and Omaha. Draw to the left of Bussy here in the Bronco zone. It's one up high. RedHawks try to keep it in right point. They can't though. Miami tosses back in their own zone. Here is Bray Crowder with it. It's the center ice red line left wing. Spins it around the boards here to the near corner. Fletcher on it there. Getting hit hard by Cedric Fiedler. As Fletcher and Barbolini represent Miami in this corner battle here in the near wing. The Western Michigan wins. Glover to the right point. Poland over the RedHawk line. Will fire it in on Pearson. Made a blocker save there. The puck went over to the far corner on the rebound. And it goes in behind the net. Capstick with it here for Miami in the far corner. Trying to lift it up that far wing. He cannot. Brent Crowder now on it for the RedHawks in the near corner. Trying to stick it away there on Glover. He can't either. And now it's Capstick playing it forward in his own zone. Picked off though near wing. Granger with a shot. Went to the far corner. Or Barbolini will pick it up here for the RedHawks with under 13 to go in the third. Red Savage through center ice over the Bronco line right wing. It's stopped there on the rush. Here comes Bauer, feeds past Soul ahead. Right in on net. Pearson there will make the cover as he was trying to hit Hillebrand in the near circle of the Miami zone. But the pass went between his legs and threw him right to Pearson on the ice, who made the stop with his glove and the left pad to bring us to a stoppage here with 12:48 to go in the third. And the draw to the right of Ludwig Pearson here in the Miami net. Good crowd in Lawson tonight, and they have stuck around for, we hope, the entire game. They stuck around to this point. Middle stage is now the third. Near corner Rome with the puck here after a face-off went for Western Michigan. Works in near circle. Tim Wachi had it stolen away there by Sladek. Poked it out back to center. Adder is on it for the Broncos. Rims it around the boards and behind Pearson's net. Ludwig spins it around the glass to the far half wall. Wet is on it there. Let it go in the far circle. Grant plays it up for the RedHawks. Up that far right for Olmstead. Lifted it out back to center. Fulp on it for Western Michigan. The dump in behind the RedHawk cage. And you got Clement to spin it around the boards here at the near wing. Adder with it. Center ice red line near side. Left it there for Clement, who dishes back in the Miami zone. Holtz in the right wing feed. Here's Karam over the Bronco line. Right side will fire it in. Nice save, went behind the net there by Bussy with the left pad. Pops out near circle. Sladek on it with a feed over the Graham in the high slot. Little one-time snapshot there by Monty Graham, handled by the glove of Bussy, who makes the stop with 11:56 to go in the third. Draw coming to Bussy's left in a 2-0 game led by the home team. Draw will feature Thomas Daskis of Miami and Drew War out of Western Michigan. Clean win back to the right point for Reichquist. Takes it near corner here for the RedHawks. In a battle with Frank, Corbett comes in to help out Reichquist with the puck launched up against the board in his skate. Corbett now trying to help Reichquist some more. They fight for it up that near wing. Corbett finally feeds it over here to the corner area again as War had picked off that pass intended for Ryan Savage. RedHawks though keep in the clearing attempt at the right point. Corbett near corner, fired it through the crease. Nobody got a stick on it. From the near side for Miami, Reichquist dealt with the puck back to center ice in his own zone. 11:18 to go here in the third. Corbett back with a puck at center ice. Right wing feed, Ryan Savage over the Bronco line. Dishes off for Daskey through the center part of the crease. You got Daskis, who had the puck for a moment as it was bouncing around. Fired a wrister in on Bussy with 11:08 to go in the third. He made the stop. And the draw coming to Bussy's right here. Middle stages of the third period. Good job by Daskey to come in there through the near circle, get a shot off. The puck ended up on Daskey's stick after a pad save by Bussy in the high slot area. He was able to fire that in. Bussy though made the stop. Draw to his right. Matt Berry in it for Miami against Max Sasson of Western Michigan. Sassett cleanly wins it back to the far corner. Picked up by Hilsendacker, rims it around the boards to the center ice area, back to the near corner, where Donato picks it up in the Miami zone, left it there for Capstick. Capstick 1 against 2 now in a battle, loses it to a couple Broncos that came in. Left point, Hilsendacker with it. Try to fire it there and deep in the zone, blocked off the body of Capstick, and here's Pletsky circling back in the Miami end now. He'll be tripped up a little bit coming out of his own zone. That'll be a call. RedHawks get a power play here. Capstick with a shot in the high slot. A pad save by Bussey. It's touched up in the near corner by Hilsendacker. And the RedHawks will go to a power play with 10:37 to go in the third. Down 2-0. Pletsky carrying the puck up the near wing out of the Miami zone. And a stick of Max Sasson got in his feet as he was coming out up that near side. Tripped up Chase a little bit. He tried to keep skating, made a good effort, didn't try to sell it, but tripped up enough there for the referees to call it. And so the RedHawks again to the power play with 10:37 to go in the third, down by 2. A Miami power play tonight that is 0 for 2 this evening. Clean win back to the right point for Fletcher. RedHawks here in the offensive zone. Fletcher in the near half wall will feed it back to the right point for Dasky. Fletcher near circle now to the goal line. Here's Barbolini. Try to slide it far post. Barry there, never got a stick on it. Back in front, Barbolini will try a shot right against the pad of Bussey. He made the cover with 10:20 to go in the third. 1:43 is left in this power play for Miami. Draw comes to the left of Bussey. Matt Barry takes it against Drew Warad. Barry the clean win back, but stolen away by Frank. Came out of the middle of nowhere through the circle to grab it. Frank dances through the Miami defenders and fired it just wide right of Pearson. He made a nasty move on Dasky in the high slot of the RedHawks zone. Barry with a puck going the Bronco line middle of the ice. 1:25 to go in the power play. Grieszock, Fletcher near circle the shot. Big rebound. Grieszock cannot get a stick on it as Frank came in from behind to knock it away. The Broncos clear up the left wing off the stick of Pasol in behind the Miami net, and it's Dasky here to pick it up for the RedHawks. 1:07 to go in the power play. 9:43 to go, third period. Miami down by 2. Barry with it through the center circle. Chips it right wing to Fletcher over the Bronco line for Grieszock. Near circle, Fletcher let it go off his stick. Joyo picked it up there, sets it all the way down the ice in behind the net of Ludwig Pearson, who will stop it here for Miami with 9.5 to go in the third. You got 45 now left in this RedHawk power play. Bolton lets it go behind him. Here's Reichquist, skates through the neutral zone, chips it over the Bronco line on the right wing over to the far corner. Grabbed there by Warad, then gave it up for Red Savage. Puck at the left point, Dylan Moulton. Right point for Ryan Savage. Near circle now, Reichquist. Waits, shoots off the stick in front. That was Pletsky, went over the net. Over at the far corner, Red Savage plays it to the right point for Reichquist. Rims it around the boards, back to the far corner. Red Savage on it here with 16 to go in the power play. He lost it through the far circle. Puck sent to the end boards. Pulling here, trying to pick it up. RedHawks win it back. Left point is Moulton. Fires the wrister in. Warad blocked it. Bouncing puck poked ahead by Poland. Warad picks it up in a 2-on-1 the other way. Warad, far circle, shoots! And that one off the post. The inside of the post. The near post, but did not go in. Still 2-0. Ryan Savage at the right point. In the Miami offensive zone, spins it near circle. Joyo takes it away. 2-on-2 the other way. Pass it over the RedHawk line, left wing. Shoots it. Pearson the chest save. And he'll make the stop with 8:15 to go in the third. Wow. An immediate timeout after this stoppage here for the teams to take a breath. A really close chance for the Broncos, who snuck a shot past Pearson and hit him, I believe, in the blocker, and then went behind him. A lucky deflection off the left post. And it stays a 2-0 game in favor of Western Michigan with 8:15 to go in the third. We'll take a quick break. Back in a moment to Lawson, Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. $8:15 to go here in the third period from Kalamazoo, Michigan. 2-0 Western Michigan over Miami. We have a score update from Omaha, courtesy of Greg Waddell. It is 2-0 Omaha over North Dakota in the second period from Baxter Arena. So that would make, if North Dakota were not to come back in that game, that would mean that Denver, with a regulation win tonight against Colorado College, that game just got underway in Denver with no score. That means Denver would have a shot at the 1 seed for next weekend. So, puck at center ice here out of our timeout. John Sladek with it for Miami. Chips it into the Broncos zone. Joyle with it here. We'll play it through the zone. Get deflected, and a shot to the high slot area by Olmstead. Went wide right of the Bronco net. Played out to center. Break crowd on it here for Miami. Trying to bat it down, but Basol took it away. Feeds Granger up ahead over the Red Hawk line here on the left wing. Granger through the near corner with a puck for Western Michigan. Down low to Hillebrand, works here. Gets it up left point for Hilsendagger. Rips it wide left of Pearson's net over to the far corner. Olmstead here will take it away for Miami in behind the cage. Over the far corner. Capstick up the far wing boards. Rink wide feed. Crowder will go over the Bronco line right side. Trying to feed Olmstead ahead on the rush. Did not work. And a 2-on-2 the other way for the Broncos. Tim Washing feeds it middle. Coming in with a shot was Bauer after a few dekes. It sent it wide left on the wrister of Pearson's net. Clement behind the Miami cage. Plays it over far half wall. On it here is Barbolini. Skates it up the far wing over the Bronco line through the near circle. Will fire a shot. A little wrister there that's gloved down by Bussey with 7:01 to go in the third. 2-0 Western Michigan. And the clock starting to become a factor here for Miami if they want anything out of this weekend series with the Broncos. Western Michigan has won 8 out of the last 10 meetings with the RedHawks. The season or not the season series, but the series overall. Of course, the RedHawks dominated the Broncos in the 2000s, except for about 3 to 4 years ago. Broncos over the Red Hawk line here on the left wing. Gallant tosses near wing. Frank fired a wrister from the near circle. Nice blocker save made by Pearson. Puck goes to the near corner. 2-on-2 battle for it. You got Clement and Moulton in there for Miami with Gallant and Frank for Western Michigan. Squirts out from that near corner over the far corner. Barbolini picking it up here in the Miami zone. The shovel pass to the near wing for Dylan Moulton. Room to skate. Feeds it center circle. Red Savage on the Bronco line, left wing, kind of tripped up from behind. The arms will stay down. Broncos steal it away. Here's Sassett over the Red Hawk line right side. Sassett cuts middle, shoots it on the far side of Pearson's net wide. Popped out back in front. Dasky, a good job to clear it from there, back out to center, and it's into the Western Michigan zone. Broncos working up the near wing, pulling there for Glover. Takes it middle over to the far corner. Dasky on it for Miami behind the Red Hawk net. Ryquist, right wing feed for Ryan Savage, trying to take it through the neutral zone. He got stopped there. Will skate it to the center ice red line right wing and dump it in behind the Bronco net. Fulp here plays it up. Taken by Pasol, feeds middle. Here's Glover over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. Will pitch it to the far circle. A shot there on the wrister wide right of the net by Luke Granger. Puck back in the near corner. Dasky takes it over for the RedHawks. Sends it over far wing here for Ryquist with 5.5 to go in the third. 2-0 Broncos. Far wing is Corbett. Chips it over the Bronco line here to the far corner. In behind the Western Michigan net. Fulp to the near wing. Hillebrand skates it through center ice over the Red Hawk line. Left wing, the near corner. He had Capstick tie up for it. Now Donato on the far side for Miami. Let it go up the far wing for Pletzky. Back out to center. Bauer, right wing of the center ice red line, will dump it in behind Pearson's net. Ludwig out to stop it. Western Michigan in a change here. Playing up the near wing half wall. RedHawks work it out back to center. Here's Bauer with it for Western Michigan in his own zone. Let it go up there for Alec Capstick. Now on the right wing is Donato. Sent it forward or off his stick at the Bronco line right wing to the near corner. Bauer rims it around the boards up high. Went is on it here for Western Michigan. Chips it forward to the near corner into the zone, the Red Hawk zone. Left out back to center ice, near wing in front of the penalty box. You got Grisak who tied up and lost it. Warad now over the Red Hawk line left wing. Tosses back for Frank. Frank near circle, fired a shot. Went off Grisak's body. Grisak back up the ice up the right wing, and he is blown up into the boards there by Gallant as the Broncos steal the puck away. Sent back in the Miami zone to the near corner. Clement is on it here up the right wing, trying to hit Krisak on a pass. They got a tip there at the Bronco line right side and went in behind the Western Michigan net. Broncos break out up the right wing. Sass it over the Red Hawk line, chips it back in the slot. Poland scores! I don't think Ludwig Pearson ever saw it. As Sasson took it over the Red Hawk line to the right wing, gave it back for Poland in the high slot, a simple wrister. As he took the puck toward the top of the near circle, that went over the right shoulder of Pearson. Yeah, he never saw it. No traffic in front either. Top right corner. 3-0 Western Michigan over Miami with 4:03 left in the third. And the Broncos eyeing the regular season, the final regular season series, a sweep of it here over Miami late in game 2. RedHawks over the Bronco line on the right wing. Barbolini passes middle. Here's Dasky. The shot deflected off a body in front. Broncos advance it forward through the neutral zone. Here's Reichquist near circle of Miami end. Plays it to the near side for Dasky. Off the boards. Gets it out to center. Barbolini over the Bronco line on the right wing. Will dance through the near circle. Got it off to Fletcher. Brink wide feet trying to go to Red Savage. Getting in the way, and that was Pessoult. The puck went off his skate. In on Bussy, who makes the cover against his right pad to stop the clock for our final media timeout of the game with 3:26 to go in the third. Broncos 3, RedHawks nothing. The goal added on by Western Michigan by Jason Poland, his 15th of the year, and it gives us a 3-0 game here late in the third. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Crowd fired up on a Saturday night in Kalamazoo, Michigan. 3-0 Broncos lead the RedHawks, looking for the sweep of the series with 3:26 to go in the third. Patrick gets you back with the inside Lawson Ice Arena draw coming up to the right of Brandon Bussy. In the Western Michigan zone, it'll fall start on it. Jack Olmstead in there for Miami with Drew Worrad. You get another whistle before the second try. They're going to issue a warning to Olmstead. Let's play hockey, says the Lunatics. I agree. Puck is one to the far corner. Monty Graham got blown up there on the play. RedHawks somehow keeping a clearing attempt on the first try by the Broncos. And it's worked back in the Miami zone. Donato up the near wing to Slatic. Near side of center ice. Back into the Miami zone. He dished it over on the far wing here for Capstick. It's the center ice red line left wing with a bouncing puck shot there on Bussy, who handles it to the near corner. Joel to the near circle here. RedHawks trying to mess with the Broncos in the offensive zone. They got a puck in the high slot. Gallant controls it. Slatic here to the near corner. Crashes in there with Cedric Fiedler. Near side Donato comes in from the right point. Keeps the puck in near circle. Fires a shot. Went up high slot. Off a body. Back to center ice. Capstick is on it here with a feed to the near wing for Donato. Nick Donato feeds it for Graham over the Bronco line right wing. Graham shoots it, and a glove save is made by Bussy from a wrister top of the near circle by Monty Graham. 2:33 to go in the third with the RedHawks trailing 3-0. I don't know if any indication is that Ludwig Pearson will go to the bench here, and I think he will. Ludwig is pulled in a 3-0 game with 2:33 to go in the third, so an empty Miami net, 6-on-5 with a draw in the Miami offensive zone near circle here. Better goalie is the chant from the Lunatics with a Miami empty net. Puck goes to the near corner, up the near wing. Glover with it, back out to center. Poland, trouble in the center circle. He had Savage coming in from behind. It's Red who's messing with him. Goes over far half wall and played back in behind the Red Hawk net to the near corner. In the Miami zone, Clement plays it right in front of his own cage. Sent quickly out of there by Barry. Miami with it right wing, chips it over the Bronco line and behind the Western Michigan net. Adder rips it around the boards to the left point, kept in there by Moulton with his glove. He falls over, lost his balance. Poland trying to kick it out. They blow the whistle as Moulton is face down on the ice. With a puck under him, yet Poland kicked him twice. He was trying to kick the puck free against the boards, but Moulton is on all fours trying to crawl his way to the Miami bench. Poland's foot definitely made contact, but he was trying to kick that puck up the right wing boards for the Broncos out to center. He got a hold of Moulton for sure, and Dylan Moulton is bent over with Drew Ruckelshaus on his right side and Jack Clement on his left side going to the Miami bench. Of course, when you got a player on the ice and someone with their skate in there, you worry about a cut. I don't see any blood anywhere, so that's a good sign, but they're not even going to the bench. They're going to go right to the locker room, which is in the far corner of the other zone. So the crowd is giving Moulton a nice ovation here as he leaves. I don't know what the issue is exactly, but again, Moulton was face down on the ice there, trying to keep the puck in the Miami zone at the left point, the Miami offensive zone. And then Poland came in trying to knock it free with his right leg there for the Broncos. Was kicking in the area of Moulton, made contact with him, and they got Moulton off the ice now, going toward the Miami locker room in the far corner of the Red Hawk zone. So he's off the ice. Drew Ruckelshaus will take care of him. Neutral ice draw coming up on the Bronco right wing, closest to their blue line with 1:55 to go in the third. Red Hawks still in the empty net. They push it into the offensive zone on the left wing and in behind the net. Fiedler spins it around the boards to the near half wall. Ryan Savage plays it far circle. Barbolini, a shot, rebound, spin around play by Daskus, who sent it wide. Reichquist near half wall, fired it in. Goes to the left point after that one wide. Barbolini down the far half wall to the corner for Ryan Savage. Back to the left point for Dasky. Right point, Reichquist sends it in. A wrist shot there, handled right into the breadbasket of Bussey with a 1:28 to go in the third. Draw to the left here of Bussey out of our timeout. Or out of our whistle, I should say. I don't know if the Broncos will use a timeout or not here. Miami lost their timeout in that challenge that they lost in the second period on the 2-0 goal for Western Michigan. Sasson and Daskus in this draw. Clean win for Sasson, back for the Broncos. Adder to the far corner, turn it over. Redhawks playing in front. Fletcher a shot, loose in the crease, and it was knocked out there by Poland with a baseball bat swing to knock it out of midair, all the way down the ice for an icing call here with 1:15 to go in the third. Good chance by Miami, got pressure there in front, trying to stick it past Bussey. It was in midair in the crease. And Poland the baseball bat swing to get it out of midair down the ice for the icing call here. Draw to Bussey's left features Sasson and Barry with 1:15 to go in the third. 3-0 Broncos. Still an empty Miami net. Back to the right point, Clement. Left point, Miami wins a draw. Capstick fires it wide right of the cage. Picked up near half wall by Clement. Playing it forward there for Sasson. Griessock cannot keep in the clearing attempt at the right point. Brought it back in for the offside here with a 1:03 to go in the third. And a neutralized draw coming up just outside the Broncos zone on the left wing. And what is the final regular season game of the year for both teams? Clean win back by the Broncos with a minute to go here in the third. Goes to the neutral zone here. Clement with it for Miami on the near wing. Shoved over Warad hard. Drew Warad is down as this one whistles into the Miami bench. Everybody's okay. Warad is grabbing his right arm as the puck was sent on a clearing attempt by the Broncos to stop play there into the Red Hawk bench across the ice. Warad going over to his own bench for the Broncos, really shaken up again, grabbing his right arm. He'll sit down. He was knocked over by Miami player on the near wing. Maybe got his stick up high on Warad there unintentionally. I don't really know. They're going to put the face-off here right at center ice. Still an empty Miami net. The Redhawks trail 3-0 with 49.8 to go in the third. Sasson and Graham. Sasson wins it for the Broncos. Basult will clear this one up the near wing out of play. It went off the stick of Crowder on the left side here of the neutral zone as the Broncos trying to get it deep into the Miami zone. Western Michigan plays next weekend at home against Omaha in the best of 3. The RedHawks will go to Denver or North Dakota. We'll figure that out by the end of the night. Basult takes it over the RedHawk line here on the left wing after a neutral ice win for the Broncos. Goes over to the far half wall. Barbolini here to pick it up for Miami. Playing it out to center with 32 to go here in the third. Crowder back with it in his own end for the RedHawks. Tosses over there for Nick Donato. Skates it up the left wing to center ice. Got it over the Bronco line. I'm going to whistle for an offside here as Barbolini jumped ahead of the play on a Donato dump-in attempt and touched the puck. 22.2 to go in the third. It's 3-0 Broncos. Neutral ice draw coming up on the Western Michigan right wing closest to their blue line. Still an empty Miami net here. Face-off won by the Broncos, get it all the way down the ice. It'll be close, went off the post to the empty net. Joyo was there to send it all the way down from his own zone for the Broncos. RedHawks over the Bronco line on the right wing. Here's Kalana in the near corner. Spins it off the glass, back into the Miami zone. Crowder on it here, flips it through the neutral zone with 2 to go. Foot race for it, and that is your hockey game tonight. $3-0, the Western Michigan Broncos beat the Miami RedHawks in the series finale and in the regular season finale here from Lawson Ice Arena. Series sweep for Western Michigan, who as a team grabs the most NCHC wins in a season in program history with 14. They will be the 3rd seed in the NCHC playoffs starting next week. A best-of-3 series the Broncos will host with the Omaha Mavericks next weekend here in Lawson. Miami RedHawks will for sure, with this loss, finish in 8th place in the standings. And it's a matter of North Dakota or Denver next weekend for Miami on the road for the best-of-3 series in their first round of the playoffs. You pick your poison with that one. I want to congratulate, too, Brett Golick, who just finished his final game as an NCHC linesman. Standing over at the center ice area, far side of the ice across from us. What a career for Brent. 27 seasons. He was in the CCHA forever. Went over to the NCHC, the native of Holland, Michigan. All of his family is here tonight. Some of his friends in the area. He lives just about an hour away from here. Brent's career in the college ranks wrapping up tonight. He has seen it all for sure. And all the Western Michigan players going over to congratulate Brent, give him a handshake and a high five and a thank you for your service to the game. Really special night for Brent and his family. Brent listens to the RedHawk radio games when he can, when he's not working. We appreciate that, of course, but really good night for him and his family. And Brent will finish it out with a Bronco win, 3-0. Western Michigan takes it over the Miami RedHawks here tonight from Lawson Ice Arena to wrap up the regular season and this series, the final series of the year for Miami in the regular season. So we will have the Broncos exit the ice here after their little ceremonial thing. 3-0 your final score tonight. The Bronco goals were scored by Drew Worat, Ethan Frank, and Jason Poland. The final shot count was actually led by Miami in this game, 32-31. The RedHawks led the shots, but that was not enough to get the victory tonight for Miami as the RedHawks get shut out in Kalamazoo by a 3-0 count to the Western Michigan Broncos. The shutout for Brandon Bussey tonight, who had 32 saves on all 32 Miami shots. Ludwig Pearson stopped 28 of 31 Broncos shots on net tonight. Pleasure to bring this series to you from Western Michigan this weekend. We thank you for tuning in, spending a part of last night or tonight with us. RedHawks come up short on the weekend. They get outscored this weekend by a count of 8-3 over the Western Michigan Broncos. We know for sure the Miami, the 8th seed in the NCHC playoffs as they walk off the ice to end the regular season with the Broncos here in Kalamazoo tonight. So we'll see what comes next weekend for Miami. Western Michigan again hosts the Omaha Mavericks in here next weekend. And again, I want to thank you for joining us throughout the last couple of nights here on Red Hawk Radio from Kalamazoo. Again, your final score this evening, 3-0 Western Michigan over Miami. Patrick Geshan saying so long good night from Lawson Ice Arena in Kalamazoo, Michigan, as the Red Hawks fall and they're going to Denver or North Dakota starting for a series next Friday. Thanks again for listening, everybody. Have a great rest of your night, and we will see you next time. Thank you again for tuning in to this presentation of Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.